Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about the Mona Trapeze Dress. This is a free pattern from thefabricsstore.com. It is the first free pattern that I have used from this particular website. It's very popular and I only found out about it about a month ago or two, and I've used the pattern to make 2 dresses so far, 2. So that should give you a clue as to how much I like it. So this pattern only uses 3, yes, only 3 pattern pieces. And it's a dress that includes pockets. Isn't that fabulous? It goes up to a finished bust size of 43.5. So it doesn't have an extremely wide size range. I mean, it's reasonable. It goes from 33.5 to 43.5, and that's fairly reasonable. But to stop at 43.5, that's kind of small. That just barely fit me. And so I use a largest size. I needed to make actually almost no adjustments. The one adjustment I made was on the neckline, where I enlarged the neckline a little bit. So I curved the scoop down just a bit because it was kind of choking. I would not have been comfortable with that. It's a very easy adjustment to make, and I love that. So the reason it only uses 3 pattern pieces is because you use bias tape on the neckline. Now, for the first dress I made in green, I used the fabric to create the bias tape. For this particular dress, I used a store-bought bias tape, this orange, I'll call it the orange dress, pattern dress, and it's fine. I think that self-made bias tape from a nice sturdy cotton or something like that is far more durable, but that's not a negative to the style. The style is fabulous. It's a really quick sew. So from cutting to assembly, this could easily take 1 to 1.5 hours, easily. If you're a beginner sewer, it probably would take you 3 to 4 hours. If you have a clear 3 to 4 hours to make this dress, you'll probably be done. I wouldn't say make this the first thing you've ever sewn, but this could easily be the 3rd thing you've ever sewn, and you will likely be successful and have a really, really, really nice dress in the end. This version actually does not have pockets because I did not have enough fabric, and I think I had about 1.5 yards, if that, of fabric, and I got a really lovely dress out of it, so I'm pretty fine with that. If you don't have enough fabric, you can probably always create pockets from another fabric, but that's going outside of the scope of this review. But this is a lovely, lovely dress. Okay, so this is the dress, and as you see, it has a horizontal stripe pattern, and it's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Now, I did not insert pockets on this one, so there are no pockets. So here you see the bias tape, and yeah, really easy insertion. This fabric has a lot of give, and so I made a few mistakes. I stretched some sections a little too much while applying the bias. So if what you're using, the fabric, is a loose weave, which this is, it's pretty thin and a loose weave, you want to make sure that you don't pull anything too much when you're doing the bias tape, because you may have some gaping, as I have here or here, but once it's on, it does not really show. So this is the button detail, or keyhole type detail at the back. I'm used to keyholes that are rounded. This one is rectangular, it's kind of square at the bottom. Okay, so I did a top stitch on this, and yeah, that worked out quite okay for me. You don't necessarily have to top stitch it, it depends on the fabric. This fabric moves a lot, so I definitely wanted to top stitch it. A corresponding button. The corresponding button is fabulous, and yeah, I love this dress. The dress itself can have a different feel depending on the fabric that you use. If you use a stiffer linen or a linen blend, like the green one that I made, which I accidentally did in a linen blend that has a little bit of stretch, not a good idea. Make sure it is a full woven fabric, no stretch whatsoever. Reason being, if you stitch the pockets down, because yes, you insert your hand into the pockets, but they're stitched on, so it's a lovely detailing on the outside. What happens is any stretch and washing can cause rippling or tucking or just cause it not to hang very well. So a medium to lightweight linen I think is best for this dress. Now the fabric store blog has really reasonable instructions. It's a picture tutorial. If you guys want a video tutorial, let me know and I'll do kind of a sew along. I don't know if I'll do a very detailed tutorial, but I'll do a basic sew along because I'm going to be making this dress again. I love it. It's just a nice plain shift. You can carry the hem in a little bit more narrow. You can add ruffles to the bottom. The sun is playing games with me, so my lighting is probably changing. Sorry about that. But yeah, you can make adjustments at the neckline to change the shape. You can make adjustments at the arm. So I'm going to actually be using this as the base template for 2 other designs. And I've already made it twice and I haven't had it for 2 months. So that goes to show you how much I really like and respect this pattern. One of the tips with this pattern that I would give is I would say be sure to press as you go. Iron as you go. That's not something I do a lot, to be honest. I iron as needed. I don't iron hems until I'm done sewing, stuff like that. No, that's not something I usually do. But I find ironing as you go, especially for the pockets, is very, very important. So that's one thing. One step you really don't want to skip, and it's in the instructions, so follow the instructions. Regarding the length, it was a little short for my taste, but just remember to check the length measurement and just lengthen it yourself, you know, by a few inches if you want. For the green dress I lengthened it by about 3 inches. For this dress I did not lengthen it because I did not have enough fabric. Alright guys, that's all for now. So this pattern gets an A. The only reason it doesn't get an A+ is because the neck was a little bit snug. But I love it and I highly recommend you try it. If you do, let me know, and if you have watched to the end of this video, be sure to leave a comment below to say I can't wait to make this dress, or great dress, or something. Let me know that you're enjoying it, and if you are interested in me doing sew-alongs for the other versions that I make, let me know. That's all for now. See you all in the next video. Bye!